Good afternoon. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio on the final day of convention here in Dallas, Texas. And joining me today is Rick Versace, who is the CEO of A1A Global Ground. Rick, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So it sounds like you've had a good start to convention.
It was an amazing convention. I think this was one of the best ones ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think a lot of good energy, a lot of people.
Everybody's upbeat and positive, having a great time.
Yep. Looking
Very
ahead.
optimistic.
I agree. It's wonderful. I think we all needed that, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody needs that. So obviously the luxury ground transportation space that you're in, you guys have been reporting a remarkable resurgence since the pandemic. What do you think is behind this? What's driving it?
I think there's probably a couple of reasons for that. I think it probably even started before the pandemic a little bit, because what happened, you know the narrative, the disruptors came in, everybody left because the prices were so cheap. Then people started realizing there really wasn't the reliability that we need. If I'm going to the airport, if I have an event, if something's going on, I can't always count on that. So they started coming back, and then the pandemic struck.
Yeah, interesting.
And the airlines stopped, but people still had to do things. So they called us, and we did a lot of smaller trips, longer trips. And especially during the pandemic, people were hypersensitive to safety and hygiene. And that's what we always did.
Right.
So it was a natural fit. And then once it was over, people had that pent-up demand. They wanted to travel, they wanted to do stuff. And after staring at their own mortality in the face for 2 years, they were like, you know, my life is too precious for me to be taking an Uber or a taxi. I want a high-end experience. I'm worth it. So they're staying in better hotels, they're taking better transportation, they're upgrading their flights. And that's the way it should be.
That's a great perspective. I hadn't thought of it that way. So that's very interesting. Thanks. Why did you choose to make A1A Global Ground a franchise organization, and why does it make a difference to your team and clients?
The number one reason is consistency.
Consistency.
A franchise means consistency. You know, you go to a McDonald's in California or one in New York, you know, you get the same, welcome to McDonald's, can I take your order please? You know it's going to be the same quality, the same taste, everything is the same across the board. And that's what people like. You know, almost everything you look at in America is a franchise. Every store, every brand, everywhere you go. The ground transportation industry is very fragmented. It's all mom and pops, it's smaller companies. So we looked at the opportunity and as our company was expanding, we said this is an amazing way to expand. And you know, we're signing so many accounts and getting so many preferred vendor agreements that franchising made it very easy for us to expand quickly and to do it in a way that we can guarantee the same kind of consistency no matter where our travelers go.
It's interesting. Consistency. Good thought. Is sustainability, which is a hot topic here at convention and really for the industry, right, in this space, is sustainability really an option in the luxury ground transportation segment?
I think it's more than an option. I think it's a necessity.
A necessity.
You know, this is our world. You know, we all have children and grandchildren, and we want them to enjoy what we've enjoyed. And I think we have to make that a priority. And I think people look at it and say, you know, I can't go out and buy a whole fleet of EVs. I can't do this, but it's not a matter of EV is just a very small portion of the equation. The way you really conquer sustainability is you got to do it one step at a time. A lot of small steps make a big difference. So EV might be part of the solution, replacing the vehicles more often, getting better gas mileage where you can, putting recycling programs in place, you know, even as far as maybe not having plastic bottles in the vehicles, getting paper bottles, companies that have fleet operations, making sure everything is recycled. You know, the rubber tires that we got recycling people coming. That's what we do at our company. Make sure that the batteries get recycled. We changed the whole facility over to LED lighting. You know, all those small steps really make a big difference. And I think the biggest part of it is, you know, focusing on it, thinking about it, not just ignoring it. And, you know, our travelers are indicating that this is important to them. And I sit on the board of the NLA, and I'm one of the founding members of the Green Rides Initiative, which is really going to change the way ground transportation looks at sustainability. And we're just rolling out the program now, but and we're looking for partnerships with the GBTA and a lot of other associations that we can really make sustainability one of the main focuses of all our members, so that we can make those small incremental changes that will produce big changes.
Excellent. Well, Rick, you've got a lot of good perspective and great thoughts. Thank you so much for sharing those with me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for
And
giving me the opportunity.
yes, and I hope the rest of convention is very good for you, the final day.
Thank
So make
you.
the best of it, right?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm Monique Klein here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.